is Amy with Fener English, and I am so excited today to share with you 5 changes that you can make today to sound more like a native. Now, this is not a grammar lesson. We're not teaching you these concepts that you need to be working on and trying to learn. These really are 5 things that you can learn and do and apply today that will really make you sound more like a native English speaker. The first one is simply using present simple tense. We've studied a lot of things that are challenging for native Turkish speakers, and this really is the biggest one. Turkish speakers use the present continuous a lot. We use it for things that maybe aren't normal and for things that are happening right now, but we use present simple most of the time. We use it for things that are habitual, that are characteristic, anything that's normal, we're going to be using present simple tense. For example, say you work for a big international company, or maybe you fly with an international airline and you go to New York a lot. And you're in New York and someone asks you, is this your first time in New York? You wouldn't say, yes, I am coming to New York a lot. A native speaker would say, no, I come to New York a lot. I come to New York a lot, or I travel to New York a lot. We wouldn't say, I am coming or I am traveling. We also use present simple after, when, as soon as, or before. So anytime you're using those words and they'll be immediately followed by a verb, you should be using present simple tense. For example, I will call you as soon as I hear the news, not as soon as I am hearing, as soon as I hear the news. The second tip we want to give you is simply to use the word so. So is a great filler word, it's a great transition word, and of course you can look up so in the dictionary and see what the meaning of it is, but I'm talking about something you're not going to find in the dictionary, just the way that we naturally or intuitively use it. The first one is to start a conversation. So maybe you're at the airport and you're sitting next to someone and you're both traveling to New York. We can use New York again. You're both traveling to New York and you want to start a conversation, but you don't want to sound very blunt. You can say, so do you go to New York often? And it's a way to kind of gently and politely start a conversation. Similarly, we use so to change the subject. So maybe you're speaking with a colleague and it's kind of winding down and there's not much left to say about the topic and you're just ready to change it. You could just say, so how long have you lived in Istanbul? So it's a way to change the subject without seeming like maybe you don't care about what they're saying or like you're not interested in the former subject. Just say, so how long have you lived in Istanbul? And it's a nice way to transition. Another way that we use so is using it in place of therefore. I don't think I've ever used the word therefore in speaking. We really do say so in place of therefore. For example, maybe you work for a hotel and you're presenting to an audience about your hotel and you're trying to get contracts for the summer and you've explained all of the details about your hotel's location and amenities. At the end you might say, so because of our prime beach location and our all-inclusive food concept, we really are the best option for your holiday. It's something that you've said before, but it shows your audience that you're drawing a conclusion. Now, the next tip is modals. I will admit, modals are difficult. They're difficult to understand, and it just takes time to learn them intuitively. And in our Fener sessions, we do spend a lot of time helping non-native speakers determine when is the best time to use different words. It's not built in, but we work to build it into your memory. However, we do want to share with you a few ways that you can use modals. Very simple, very easy to just kind of plug into your daily usage. We recommend always using modals. For advice, you should call her afterward. For possibilities, I can probably meet you later, or I could meet you later. And for requests, can you meet me at 7? Now, a little tip on requests, we would say, may I have this? May I do that? May we come visit you? But we would never ever ask a question saying, may you? We would say, will you or would you? Fourth tip we want to give you is the use of the word well. Similar to so, it's a great transition word and it's a great filler word, and you just need to start to feel more comfortable using it in your speaking. One way that we use it is to show that we're thinking. For example, if someone were to ask you, where is the best Turkish food in all of Turkey? you might need to think about it, and then the answer might not be 100%. So you could say, well, Adana has the best kebab, but if you want the best overall food experience, you should go to Gaziantep. So if you use that well in there, it actually shows the person that you're thinking about your answer and that the answer isn't 100% clear. You can also use well as a way to softly maybe disagree or have a different opinion with someone. So if someone makes maybe an outrageous statement or has a very strong opinion and you don't want to get into an argument, but you do want to express a little bit different of an opinion, you can use well to transition into your thought. For example, if someone says, Brexit was such a terrible idea, what are they doing? And it's just a very strong thing to say. You could say, well, it's a very complicated issue. And so it's a way to transition into your own thought without coming on strong and in an argumentative way. One more tip on well, and you can also do this with so, is if you're ever stuck in English, you're speaking, but you've forgotten a word or you've forgotten what you wanted to say next and you just need a moment to gather your thoughts, you might say, well, and it just gives you a moment to gather your thoughts, to remember what you wanted to say and to get to your idea without a really long, awkward silence where people maybe don't know exactly what's going on. Number 5 is shadowing. If you're not doing shadowing to improve your English, you've got to start. Shadowing is a great way to improve your accent, to improve your overall cadence and tempo, and to just make your English speaking so much more smooth. All you have to do is find a video, maybe on YouTube, maybe on TED.com, a video or an audio that comes with a transcript. The first time, quietly read along with the speaker, just to kind of get familiar with the words. The second time, you're reading out loud along with the speaker, focusing on sounding more like them. The third time, you're playing it just for a few seconds, pause it, and then repeat back what the speaker said. And you almost want it to feel like you're making fun of them because you're trying so hard to imitate the sound that they're making.